She right got me.
Hit one and be some, you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but they from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, with the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. Nah, it's cool. Don't play with it, baby. Say, what you gon' do?
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Out comes Washington here offensively, and their man under center, Dwayne Haskins, the number 15 pick out of Ohio State in 2019.
Yeah, for Dwayne Haskins, a little bit of an uneven season for the former first-round pick. 7 starts as a rookie. Team went 2-5 in those games, but I did see him get better. I thought his last couple of starts were his best ones of the year. He's a guy with big potential, big arm, but remember, was just a 1-year starter in college as well. Plenty of experience yet to be gained.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The numbers for Eifert in that game last week. 6 catches, 74 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going,
he'll eat you up.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
A nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody come. Oh, he just snuck it out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Second and a yard.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
The ball carrier.
A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a first down at the Rams 29. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The kick is good. Makes this Washington 3.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Webster on the return.
So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
The tackle made.
The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 13 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Newton's pass.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A gain of 15.
On first down, it's Newton.
Rams.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Newton.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Josh Reynolds. Incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They're looking sharp out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run with McKesson. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Steven Sims.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Rams nothing.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, but their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown on the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, Newton.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And there's another sack by Aaron Donald. No surprise to anyone. The 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. He could have easily been the 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not sure anyone in the league has a...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Formation for Washington.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams are going offense here for the 1st and 10.
At their own.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. On the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Chase Young able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Second down.
To try again after the sack. Newton throwing the out route and complete. It's Freeman. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Throwing on third down, Newton eluding the pressure right. He can't fight it. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. The open man is Westbrook. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Haskins back to the air. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 35.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch.
And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Again, it's Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. J.D. McKissick in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him. Out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Freeman. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. On the return, it's Simba Webster. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. On second down, Freeman. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Being chased out left. He may try and run for this.
Newton.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up
from the gun. Here's Newton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
A gain of 7. 1st down.
Now Newton on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Newton's pass.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it from him.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
And it's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Newton forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Los Angeles.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 25. Henderson now on 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brought down at the 20-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Newton steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On 3rd down, here's Henderson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's 3rd and 5.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Webster.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Kevin Pierre-Louis in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
Newton on
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Here's Newton.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, L.A. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And this carries into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Haskins. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he rifles one incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. 3rd down here.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Rams on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
4 yards.
They snap it to Newton. They got a man. It's Woods. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Off play action, Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18 on the play.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
He'll run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Kevin Pierre-Louis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He's taken out of bounds behind the...
Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. You have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
24, Rams 17.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Haskins complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
And 10 at their 48-yard line.
2nd down, Haskins. A throw taken in by Sims.
And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Another big play there by Aaron Donald, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 2017 and 18. We know he can rush the passer. He's also dominant in the run game. The quickness for a man his size often defeats the offensive lineman trying to block him.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Cam Newton and his offense down 24-17. 80 seconds remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Play action. It's Newton. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Washington, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for L.A., the calendar changed. October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.